welcome to the Learning Pro Live. My name is Cath Ellis and we're doing another Ask an ID session. So today we are looking at where we look for creative inspiration, something that I get asked a lot, where do you go to look for different ideas for things, etc. So my friend Amanda Newen made a suggestion the other day. We were talking about Clubhouse, we were talking about streaming and how she likes to stream, but it's just the questions, and wouldn't it be great if... So we're going to do the same as what we did yesterday. There is the link. If you click on this link, I would love to invite you up on screen to ask questions or to chat about where you go to look for creative inspiration. We've got a couple of people tuning in. Amanda, you're here. Well, if you would like to join me, Amanda, you can use that URL and you can join me on screen. Caitlin, the same to you. Afternoon here. Yeah, great topic for today. Would love your input, guys. So, let's see if... I'm sure Amanda will jump on screen and join the conversation. Creative inspiration is something that I take time every single day to do. I want to see what's going on out there. I want to learn about new trends, especially design trends. So if a client comes to me and they've got ideas on things, remember, a lot of clients have got very good designers working on their branding in-house. So as an e-learning designer, you really want to be able to, you really want to be on top of these things as well. We've got Amanda saying, okay, 1 minute, let me look presentable. That's all right, Amanda. Rodrigo says, good morning, evening here. Where are you tuning in from, Rodrigo? Let me know. I'd love to hear. I know that Caitlin is from San Francisco and Amanda's Sydney. Clever Creatives. G'day. This sounds like an Aussie to me. So I take time every single day to look for creative inspiration. I'd love to know where you guys go. Is there any sites? Is there courses that you do? Let's just take a look at what we do. So one of my things that I use every single day, as soon as I essentially get on my computer, this is where I generally go. So while I wait for people to join me, we'll just see what comments we've got. So we've got Caitlin saying Dribble, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Articulate are great places to look. Absolutely. All of those places are ones that I definitely use. I'm going to show you a plugin that I love. Let me just share my screen. Oh, we've got Amanda. Hello.
Oh, wait, what happened?
What happened?
Oh, I have so many tabs open. Ooh, I'm live. Oh, no, sorry, I just
Hi.
as well. I'm like...
That's all right.
You didn't prepare me. I'm not prepared.
Do you know what? This was your idea, mate, the other day. Remember how you said, so I can get 10 people on the screen. So Rodrigo.
Oh, that's awesome.
Clever Creatives. You've got the link here. It is up to you. Caitlin, if you want to come on, we had this conversation yesterday. Clever Creatives in Barto.
Oh, man, my lights are all of this.
For speed development. Rodrigo's Uruguay. He uses Dribble, Free Pick Stories, Articulate Community. So yeah, great. So we've got sites. I'm seeing a lot of things like Dribble, Pinterest, and I know that Amanda's in the same realm as me. That these are those are my kind of key places that I go. I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube. Way too much YouTube. Do you know what, Caitlin? You've just got to do it, right? So just come on screen. See, she's doing the whole shy thing. Rodrigo, if you want to jump on, we'd love to have a conversation with you. I want to get as many people on here as possible. It doesn't matter if you're still in your jammies. Just get on. Just put
I'm
a
in my
t-shirt
Harry Potter
on.
t-shirt.
Amanda's not wearing any she's not wearing any
Whoa!
trousers. She's just I know. I nearly
Oh my
said
God,
that,
Sensei,
Amanda.
what kind of light are you painting me live on the air? That's so inappropriate. Oh, guys, FYI, I am wearing and I'm wearing clothes. Jesus Christ.
She is wearing pants. So guys, get on the link. Come in and show. So my thing that I love, I'm gonna show, is this plugin here. Right. So it's Musely.
Clever creatives. Commando is the go.
Commando is the go.
Great. Thanks, Cath. Everyone thinks I'm a creep now. I'm going to kill you after this call. I'm going to kill you.
Oh, yeah. So, what I like about
Musely.
this plugin, and there's a few of
Yes.
them, there's one called Panda that I know Mel Milloway talks quite a lot about. It's very similar. So it allows me to put all my feeds across the side here, and it kind of, the first page curates really interesting things. So I posted a thing the other day about the United States Air Force. Well, that was just on here. So, I like it because I can kind of see things that spark my interest, So this is a curated one. And then if I want to have a look at Product Hunt, which is all new different tools that are out there.
Product Hunt.
It kind of curates the latest ones as well. But you see, I find that on the homepage, the really highlighted items come. And, there's some really weird things. Like, I have no idea why that's on there. But, I find that this is, it just inspires me. Do you know what I mean? Clever Creative says, love the Pac-Man lights. I know.
Oh, thank you.
It's so good.
It's custom made. It's awesome.
It's custom
my pride
made.
and joy. Yeah, shipped it over from the
beautiful.
UK. It was really cool. Supporting a local artist.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So this is my go-to thing every day, and I like it because it's got kind of Dribble and Envision and Product Hunt. It's got Sidebar, TechCrunch, Designer News, Behance. But there's a few of them, like that. So we've got some more comments. Come on, guys, get on screen with me and talk a little bit about what you do. Clever Creatives, come on.
I can share my screen.
I know, I'm going to get you to. You can do if
sweet.
you want. I'll just answer this. So
Okay.
I read or skim through books. Nancy Duarte. Nancy is brilliant. Do you know Duarte? Amanda?
Enlighten me. Go for it. I'm Googling her right now.
Duarte, we're really got a name a number of years ago. They created the presentation for Al Gore on climate change, the one that became like a movie.
Okay.
So it was actually a PowerPoint, and they actually did that. And their whole business is based on, I'll just quickly show you since you've not shared your screen yet.
Ooh.
I'll just quickly show you. So this is their website, and they do specialize essentially in, let me just take this banner off. There you go. So they essentially focus on creating PowerPoints, but they're not just normal PowerPoints. They're creating like huge branded PowerPoints. I don't know if they do Apple or Microsoft, but they do really amazing stuff.
Nice.
But they also do loads of, they've written books on presenting information, and they do loads of like workshops and things like that. Yeah,
Where are these
she's
guys
quite
based?
a big figure. So that's Duarte. You go ahead and share your screen, Amanda.
Are they based in the US or?
Yeah, she's American.
Oh,
She's
right.
American, so I'm just looking. So there's a number of books. Let's see, and some of them Yeah, so do you know what? Let me just show you this one more time. So you might have seen some of these, Slideology.
Mm-hmm.
No?
Nope.
Resonate was another book that was
Oh,
that
okay.
was
Yeah, I see it in the comments.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Resonate, Slideology. Yeah, these were really big books. They're a bit old now, but the concepts are, fantastic. So this is Nancy. I think it's her and her husband.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and they obviously do training in it. But yeah, I was trying to see if they've got any examples of their work. Yeah, so you can see it's not just normal presentations. It's it's real custom experiences that they're creating. So yeah,
Nice.
that's it. Guys, I'm very disappointed. We've got loads of people tuning in and we've only got a few. We've only got Amanda who's prepared to come on up. I'm trying to create.
I was forced up, guys.
I know. I'm trying to create Clubhouse on this. There you go, Amanda.
Oh, can you see my screen? Oh, Inception. Sorry. Whoops. So I have been following UI Movement, and now they've changed their website name to screenlane.com. This is where I usually get some of my inspiration. Before I'm kickstarting a project or I'm looking at some of the user interfaces and the design, the aesthetics, how I can recreate this in Illustrator, Storyline, dissecting some of these nice clean illustrations. This could be like a really nice articulate rise banner with some text and blocks in between. Looking at the micro animations as well, which is pretty cool. So I love Screenlane. This is great to even go through, okay, maybe I just want to look at buy buttons, get some inspiration on some buttons, or, the chat function.
Yeah.
I don't know, these are pretty not good examples, excuse this. But there's another site, which is pretty cool too, which is called Collect UI. So I toggle in between these two sites. But this probably has a bit more than Screenlane because they're still fixing up their site. But landing pages is a big one that I draw a lot of inspiration on. Like, for example, this is beautiful. This will be a nice little menu bar here. The full breadth of images, the full width, like this interactive panel will be a great landing page for some of your content. I'm just talking specifically e-learning at the moment. But even for interactive guides or like PDFs or job aids too, like you can draw on some inspiration from that, like creating beautiful landing pages here. But it's a nice combination of illustrative with emotive imagery. And I just like the placement of some images. So it's really great for me to draw inspiration if I'm not using Pinterest or stuff. And I have like a whole bookmark of all stuff here. And yes, excuse my bookmarks, but I have some weird shit there. But yeah.
You're fairly organized. Mine are not organized. Mine are
No, but they're not organized though. Like I have food, design, Amanda, shopping, UX stuff, wedding stuff because I'm planning a bloody wedding this year. So just craziness.
Too good. So to just contextualize that, because I do a very similar thing, Amanda, whereas I look at things in an e-learning perspective and go, how could I utilize something like this? I think that's really something that is great when you're looking at things like articulate storyline and, like you mentioned, rise banners and rise, flourishes. So when we use the tools like Rise, you're somewhat restricted to, you can't customize buttons unless you really are starting to hack it in the back end. But I say, and we've talked about this a lot, haven't we? Storyline is a blank canvas. You can do anything with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, even, you know, without getting too technical, I mean, you can hack it with JavaScript and all different things and really push it way beyond what Articulate have basically intended it to be. So you see some of the people out there. I'm trying to think what his name is. There's a chap who does some phenomenal stuff, who's on my LinkedIn, and he's really used a lot of scripts to make things, to kind of give things different effects and all that kind of stuff. Caitlin just said, I have folders inside folders, but I'm totally with you on that. And she said, I use Khan Academy for inspiration for courses.
Yes.
So that's really interesting. Cool. I'm going to ask you about that in a second. Duarte, what's the website you just showed? So do you want to type it into the comments, Amanda, so everyone can see it?
Absolutely.
Showed.
How do I type in the comments?
Oh, okay. So what we'll do is we'll put them in the comments in YouTube for you to see it if we can't post it in. I think Amanda's seeing a different screen.
Screen.
So Khan Academy, yeah. So that's not one that I do a lot of, Caitlin. So tell me a little bit more about what kind of courses you look at Khan Academy. Why don't you come on here and share it and show us? I'm really pushing Caitlin.
She's so pushy.
So, yeah, I am so pushy. Yeah, so Storyline is absolutely a blank canvas. You can pretty much do anything with it. Some of these other tools like Evolve and Adapt, you can, because you have control over CSS, you can do a lot with that. I'm with Caitlin with regards to looking at courses. Like I have a Treehouse membership, but that teaches me more about the application rather than the design. So I go there to learn, different concepts, where it's design thinking, things like that. But my go-to is Skillshare. Do you do any Skillshare courses, Amanda?
Yeah, I used to do a lot of illustrations, animations, using Skillshare, and I like that it's quite detailed. They take you through the end-to-end process, so you can see the design thinking around how to create an asset, if it's an illustration that you're trying to learn, or a segment of a motion graphics design segment. It's quite useful. I liked it, but I stopped using it.
You stopped using it?
Yeah, because I have so many bloody damn subscriptions. Yeah.
Yeah, I must say I'm paying for it, but I don't use it as much as I should. But if I just let me see, I'm probably going to log into the wrong account here. No, so that's the wrong account, of course. Sign in. Oh, do you know what? Let me see. Yeah. Okay, so
Nice.
This is my favorite designer. This guy's called Aaron Draplin, and I love his stuff
from default.
And one of the things that I love the most is he takes you. Oh, what is going on? I'll turn it off and I'll try and fix it. But basically, I like that. What? Sign out. All right. This is weird. Do you know I hate that when.
What if you could do a Skillshare class reaction?
Sometimes you use Facebook to log in with things, and sometimes you use Google to log in with things.
Yeah. And I have like 6 email addresses as well, so it's like going all over the place.
I thought that looked a bit weird before. No? Okay. Well, anyway, maybe I can't show you me logged in. Oh, here you go. Random. Okay, so, yeah, so I like people like Aaron Draplin who literally just take you right down to the roots of what he's doing.
What a cool dude.
He really is. He's honestly my favorite designer. So logo design. So I know it's not e-learning as such, but to just understand tools like understanding how to use what is going on? Maybe
Don't pay for the subscription. You have so many
Yeah.
subscriptions already, Cath.
maybe it's not working. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But there is so much inspiration here. So just you can go in here and you can go animation. I'm really trying to get my head around After Effects. So this guy, Jake Bartlett, is absolutely brilliant. And I think the things that attract me to some of these courses are even just these little thumbnails. They, if something looks like it's quite polished, it attracts me. We've got Caitlin! I don't believe it. We've got Caitlin. Hey. Fantastic, Caitlin.
If something looks like it's quite polished, it attracts me. We've got Caitlin!
Caitlin, turn your volume down.
I can't believe it. We've got Caitlin. Fantastic, Caitlin. If something looks like it's quite polished, it attracts me.
I'm gonna mute Caitlin for the second. Just Caitlin, turn your speaker down. Put your headphones in or something. So anyway, I love this. Even just looking at the thumbnails, and his stuff is absolutely fantastic. So anyway, this is another place that I go for a lot of inspiration.
Have you
what else, Amanda?
I've actually bought a couple of courses from domestika.org. I'll share you my screen if that's okay, because I think if anyone who is quite keen to upskill and excel in their design stuff, they can check this site out. 1 second. Oh no. Nope. Where is it? There it is. So, same concept like Skillshare. I have a couple of courses from like Aaron Martinez, even though it's in Spanish, but I love it. I just read the subtitles. It's awesome. But some of the courses, they're just a bunch of awesome creatives coming in and sharing their insights and, their design process, how to create certain assets. A lot of the time I buy a lot of the After Effects courses and I complete that.
Yeah.
So it's quite fun. Cinema 4D is something that I love to get into, but it is so expensive. I don't know if anyone out there owns a Cinema 4D subscription, but holy crap, that is so expensive. So I'm just going to use Blender in the meantime. But there's a range of really cool courses that you can check out. And there's some really great reviews on the Adobe Illustrator, some of the courses here. But yeah, it's like $19.
So I got one from Domestika. Let me see if I can find which one I got. Which one did I buy? So I think I bought a Blender one. It was my courses. No, I got Cinema 4D as well. Was
Do you like
this
it?
one you got, Amanda?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Hernandez.
So I really loved it. Like, see these kind of characters. I was like, if I can create those kind of characters at the end of it, I will be so happy, right?
Mm.
I found the Spanish really hard to keep on top of
I love it though,
each
because
step.
I learned Spanish in uni for like a year, so I get so giddy when I hear Spanish, even though I don't understand half of the stuff that he's saying. I can pick up bits and pieces. I'm like, yes, while I'm reading. It's like learning a language whilst you're learning a software as well. Probably
Yeah,
not
I mean,
recommended, but
they are phenomenal. I'm really a fan of Dot Lung as well.
yes, love her
Yeah,
dragons.
yeah, yeah, for sure. So it's not just even design, guys. It's like you know,
Social media.
Dot Lung is social media. She's a bit of an icon right now at it. So definitely, they're great options for you to look at. So Linda or LinkedIn Learning used to have design thinking courses. Masterclass seems like the new kid on the block, but I find it's too conceptual. Never heard of Masterclass.
It was really expensive when I was looking at it over the holidays.
Was it?
I'm going to share
What
you guys
Masterclass?
some free resources. Are you ready?
Do it.
One second.
I'm just going to share this other comment. Start my ID experience in academia. So when I design or develop, Dr. Ruth Clark's research is front center when I design. Yeah. That book was like the Bible, wasn't it?
Still is. Still is.
Oh yeah, for
my
sure,
book,
for sure.
used her content matrix display theory modification for teaching
Yeah.
how to like build the building blocks of e-learning.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure there was like a storytelling. Was there a storytelling, or it's been quite a long time since I've looked at that. Are you ready to share your screen, Amanda?
Yeah. Am I sharing it? Can you see it?
I've got it. Here you go.
Oh, Inception. Whoops. So I get all of my design thinking resources at Interaction Design Foundation. If you ever have a chat to any UX or UI designer out there, a service designer, a service experience designer, they get all their content from here. I pay a yearly subscription of like $100 and I get access to all of their content, and you can, finish a little degree with them as well, a certificate. But in their literature tab, if you click into that, there is a whole range of free, amazing resources, models. If you are new to design thinking or you want to understand what user experience and experience design is, it maps everything in detail. It gives you a snippet. It gives you some practices, how you can, make products people will love, everything under the sun. I love it. It's awesome. Check it out. That's one resource there. And another one is designkit.org. If you're getting ready to run a project plan, or you want to interview candidates, or interview users, you want to anything at all related to the design thinking process, you want to create a journey map, you click into it and it breaks down how you can create a journey map.
Yeah.
Gives you the time, what you need. So this is a great way to practice all the concepts in action with your team or with your stakeholders and your SMEs, or an upcoming project that you're doing. So yeah, check designkit.org out.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are just absolutely phenomenal. And I think that, even though we've just suggested some paid sites, I think if you want to learn about certain concepts, everything's out there that you need. Sure, the courses may get you there a little bit quicker, but I actually think it's just as good going to the actual source of truth, like this page, for example, and going to the UX experience page that Amanda just shared, the Interaction Design Foundation. So they're great options. I actually forgot about IDEO.
I
Is
love
that
IDEO. I
IDEO
use
that do that?
Yeah, they do. And they run some paid masterclass courses as well and sessions. IDEO, I think. Yeah.
IDEO.org.
So
Design Open Access.
IDEOU.com, they have like certificates and programs on foundations in design thinking, advanced design thinking, through to communicating with impact, collaborative leadership. There's a course that I really want to complete with them, and it's I think storytelling for impact.
Ah.
It's a really, really cool course. One of the developers that I used to work with at the Iconic, he completed the course and he loved it. Storytelling for influence. Here it is.
Yeah.
Am I still sharing my screen? No, I'm not. 1 second. User error.
Yeah, I mean, I think for anyone who's tuning in, there's a little bit of a pattern with our stuff, and I'd love to get your thought on this, Caitlin. I'll share your screen again, Amanda. Hang on.
Oh, whoopsies.
We're looking at a lot of visual design sites, but I actually think just because these aren't educational theorists, a lot of the principles are exactly the same, so I'm very similar to Amanda in the sense that probably do a lot more research in the design space rather than the education space.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I don't respect education. I just think that the design industry have really got it down packed, just how to make things, how to lay out your content in a much better way. And that really influences what I do. What about you, Caitlin?
Yeah, and that's actually kind of when it came to figuring out how I was going to revamp courses. I looked at Khan Academy. I was on it for taking just general classes, but when I saw how they built their workflow and how it was really useful for technical training content, that's kind of how I got the inspiration in terms of the look, feel, and flow for my courses.
Yeah.
Because when you're doing technical training, they can be text heavy sometimes. You can have a variety of content, and it's not always the easiest to come up with I guess you would say, a straightforward flow, right? It's not scenario based or anything else.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's really good to understand how some of these large organizations, organizations, people like Khan Academy, to kind of be able to re-engineer things backwards, going, okay, so how have they done that, and what have they used for example, digital badges or certificates and different things. So it just means that when you have a client that you're talking to, you can have so much more confidence kind of saying, well, so for example, I'll say things to a client like, all right, so you're wanting something responsive, you're wanting SCORM, you're wanting it responsive, have you thought about Evolve? Evolve is currently being used by Facebook Blueprint, and it's also being used by Google Academy for Ads. Now, straight off the back there, you're talking about two of the biggest organizations in the world. You can say Xero use Evolve for all of their content. They might say, well, what about Rise? And you could say, well, Rise is great, but it is somewhat limited in the sense that, you can't customize everything. But
It also has
Rise
some
is, for
accessibility
example,
issues.
Yeah. So, you can say, it just shows that you've got some authority, that you understand what different platforms are being used for what. And, so I like doing things like that, Caitlin, working out how other platforms are using things, especially when you're recommending a larger solution to a client. We've got Clever Creatives. I forget your name. It's like Caitlin. Gemini. I'd have to write it on my board so I'd remember every time Gemini would come up, it would be Caitlin. I agree, Cath. One is not particularly better than the other. If anything, it could be complementary. Yeah, so I think that's about not looking at education, eh?
I think one of my other tools that I've liked lately has been it's called UCell or UXL or something. It's the new user experience design type platform, which is almost all mobile at this point. It's UXCEL. And they've actually gone from just having like these learning activities to now having certificates as well. One of the recent ones that launched was like a 4-hour course, which is completely interactive on accessibility and design.
Cool. Let me share my screen so people can see this. This looks cool. I haven't heard of this before. Have you, Amanda?
No, I haven't heard of it. It looks awesome.
So, it's free to begin with. And then if you want to go and get like the certificates and stuff, you can pay a really small fee, basically.
Troy shared this. Troy Ashman.
Troy shared it.
Yeah, he shared it in our Slack chat, and it's like it's the app, right, Caitlin, where you can assess and identify what's right and what's not in terms of a UX principle, and they spit out some information, and it's on like a 60-second rotation experience. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty cool. It's fun.
But they've actually expanded since the original launch, and that now they have courses basically, and some of them are much longer.
Nice.
So, yeah, which I thought was really cool. And one of the ones that recently released was the user experience for accessibility, which I think is a really important space that we're going into.
Yeah, definitely.
And then even if you don't want to do a paid one, they have like daily activities that you can do to continue to increase your visual eye. Like for me, one thing I missed a lot is padding for some reason. And so that's one of the things we're doing the practice. You can see the padding better and, what looks right versus wrong. Whereas color, I almost never get those ones wrong. So it's interesting. They have this little graph basically that shows you where your strengths are and where you're growing as well.
Are you enjoying the experience so far with UXL?
I am, because it's, it's very easy to access. They're not, for the basic level, they're not asking it for any money. I think it's a valuable way to learn. This is one of those cases where I think the mobile learning actually is really effective. Because it all fits on your screen. You're not scrolling or anything.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great way for people to get their foot in the door on better grasping those concepts.
I like it.
Yeah, I definitely think
really
so
great.
too.
Mm.
And I think by just being able to look at some of these and being able to identify what are the differences and why the industry does things the way that they do is very, very helpful. There was something that I realized. Did I bookmark it? I saw it the other day. So, for example, this Muesli color palette, if you click into it.
Is this the one with the preview of how it would look on a UI?
Yeah. Yeah. I really like that.
That's so cool.
No, I think I've clicked on the wrong thing. I clicked on it the other day. No? More options. It's a bit like this. I obviously I obviously can't find it. Oh, it's not Flamingo. What was it? It was these are all my. So, for example, this happy hues was something that I showed before.
Oh, I love it.
Sometimes when people are like, oh God, I don't know So I've looked at eLearning before, and one button is that color, and one button is that color, and then one button is white, and it's like there's no consistency through it, and that can be fine. Oh, you found it, Caitlin.
It's bookmarked.
Yeah, there you go. So it's a bit like, I'll show you that in a second. So this was quite nice in the way that for someone who really wants some ideas on how to format different bits of information and have it really complement, tools like this are really great, because right now you're actually being able to see different hues and how they've assigned certain colors to certain things, and but this is what I was talking about, Caitlin. Thank you. So you can basically click on these and it will actually show you a UI. So it's similar to Flamingo. It just gives you really great ideas on, especially for accessibility. We want to make sure that colors are really standing out, and we're not using colors that are not contrasting well. So yeah, I found that very useful. What do you guys think?
Yeah, definitely.
That's really
I
cool.
think that it also is helpful for people who are still working on figuring out what colors work together.
Yeah.
I have another one that I use. It's called Coolers, I think it is. It has 2 O's, which has, you can randomly generate them versus you can lock them in place as you like them, and it will generate matching colors in that scheme. So I like to use that one as well when I'm looking for color schemes, because sometimes what I think looks good doesn't necessarily work with color scheme, right? So.
But our tools are becoming so more smart. Like Adobe Illustrator now has a tool that basically you can recolor any vector to another vector. So if you download a vector so there's a guy that I really like called Yes, I'm a Designer. And I'm gonna go YouTube. So it's all based on AI now, so I really like this guy, and he did a great video that I'm probably not going to find and waste a lot of time, but he did a great video talking about redesigning. So where was it? Illustrator 2020. Has he done it here? I had it open the other day because I showed another designer. I needed her to recolor some images. She's our designer at Co-Ability, and we've got a design. She's gone. Caitlin's gone.
I cannot tell you how excited I am.
Let me see. No. So basically, it's all based on AI, Amanda. So you can
That's pretty
get
cool.
a vector image, and you might have another vector image that you've downloaded from iStock, and you can basically recolor everything in one over to the next one. Have you ever used
Illustrator?
That? Yeah.
No. What?
Yeah, in
Show me.
Illustrator. So if I go, let me see if I can.
Is it the Recolour Artwork tool? Where there's like the scales and you move the circles around?
Yeah.
On the wheel? Oh, yeah.
So let's see if I can find.
I'm just going to open something up.
Let me see if I can find it. I had Illustrator. Where have I got it? iStock. Is this one? Oh. Yeah, so I'm trying to think where it was. Let me just 1 second try and find it. So it is the Recolour Artwork.
Yeah, so edit colors,
Yeah,
Recolor Artwork. Is that the tool that you're talking about?
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I've been playing around with that. It's pretty fun.
Here it is.
change first of all by choosing.
So what he and I'm just saying this because our tech is becoming so much smarter now, right? So he's basically
choose that, and then go back again, link the harmony colors.
I don't know, this is an old one, 2019.
Yeah, the new tool is really.
Oh no, this is
The
it.
color on the right.
There you go.
This is it.
That one.
So he's gone. This is the image, right? And you do the color theme picker and you choose the actual image and it picks the hue. And you can pull it in, but you can then start
Adjusting it.
changing the balance of color. So he's been able to recolor that image like that image. And I think it's bloody brilliant. Do you know what I mean?
It's pretty cool.
So things like this really help me as far as understanding templates that are out there and how can I get a consistent look and feel if there's the client maybe has some images and I need to then enhance it and use more images, but I want to give it the same look and feel, but I don't want to use the color picker on everything, Amanda. So what else? What are you doing, Amanda?
Oh, sorry, I was on mute and I was talking and then dumbass.
Well, look, I mean, we've covered quite a lot of things here. We've talked about different platforms that we use to look at courses that give us inspiration. We've got obviously YouTube here. We've been looking at UI, UX. This is something that, Amanda, I don't want to talk on behalf of you, but I think we both feel the same way about this, that this is so important for our industry, that we understand better user experience and how to format content. Yes,
Michael.
I basically, you agree?
Oh no, I'm reading Michael's comment about storytelling.
Hooked.
I agree.
What's hooked?
I was in a chat with a client yesterday, and one of the questions that they asked me was, what's the future of learning? And I wholeheartedly believe that within the learning industry, not just honing in instructional designers or e-learning developers, but our capabilities in the future, it's going to be a hybrid set of capabilities. We're going to have to mix and dabble in, the design industry, marketing industry, sales, looking at the tech spacing, how they operate. And we're going to mold ourselves into key influencers, people who can be innovative but within constraints, who can steer and guide stakeholders and clients and people in business to a certain, a new way of thinking, new way of learning. So that's where I see the future of us as learning professionals. We are going to be a hybrid, and it's still holding strong to the educational side. Yes, I think that's the backbone of where we came from, but also moving in and branching out and evolving. So
Absolutely.
that's why I think now more than ever, everyone is quite interested within the design space. They're quite interested to see in what the marketing guys are doing to try to tell that story. Look at our copywriting, see how we're excelling in that space. Looking at our comms plan, change management, all of those little things that make up a great learning experience for our end users. So, yeah.
I'm going to ask Michael. I'm presuming Clever Creatives is Michael Morton. Michael Morton? Let us know who you are. Who is Michael? I think that will be who it is. What is Look Up Hooked? Is it a book?
Mm-hmm. Is it by...
Because there's a book here that I think Michael's referring to. That is this. that makes sense. I mean, I must admit that my job's becoming more and more more broad, and it might be because my skill set's quite broad. You know, so I'm doing a product for a client right now. I'm doing their website. I'm doing SCORMs that they can sell into businesses and schools. I'm doing they're an entrepreneur, so they're also selling into the private market. So putting it onto Thinkific, Thinkific, and also doing things like interactive workbooks. So there's a wide variety of skills that are there, and I think it's really good to, you know, to be able to in your own time to do a bit of professional development and to learn how to do these little things. Yep. So this is what okay. Yes, that's the book. And why do you like it? What has this done for you to you know, it looks like it's pretty popular. Is it a new book? Looks like it's business storytelling. Yeah, we should I'll have a look at that. Well, we've been on for 50 minutes, and I know Amanda's probably like, I've got to get back to work. Michael says it simplifies the way storytelling is applied in business. Thank you, Amanda, for joining me.
That's okay. I'm being a sloth today. All good.
I want to get 10 people on the screen.
Yeah, we have to. Guys, she's forcing me on here. You have to come on here too.
I know.
I'm kidding. I love
I'm
you.
I'm gonna have to bribe people to come on. No, it's so good. I thought it was a good opportunity to talk about inspiration. I know we've talked about this before, but I think people really like it, and they always learn new things and new links and things like that. Have you got a busy day ahead of you, Amanda? Lots of client work.
Yeah, I'll try and smash my client work in an hour and a bit, and I'm just gonna call it a day at 12:30.
Right. You're gonna do sloth time, are you?
Oh, complete sloth time. Friday is sloth time, art time, just hanging out, chilling.
I was gonna say you're gonna do any kind of drawing or.
Yeah, I'm gonna plug myself in now. So I'm opening up an online store to sell some abstract artworks.
Hey Amanda,
Yeah.
have you started using Adobe Illustrator for iPad yet?
Oh, you mean Procreate?
No.
Only
So Illustrator is now available on iPad.
I've used it before because it's been there quite a long time actually. I think they've
No,
just
this is a new one.
really, man, there's so many apps
Yeah.
on my iPad here. Let me just open it. 1 second.
This is new, so it's fully
Man, I have Adobe Sketch, I have Sketchbook, I have Adobe Draw, I have Procreate. There's so many bloody drawing apps, but I love Procreate.
Okay, Adobe Illustrator on the iPad.
Good on you, Caitlin. AirWatch,
What I
professional.
want to do
I don't know what
is
AirWatch is. I'm gonna
select
Google that.
this minus front bit. I think I prefer this Pathfinder panel.
So what's really nice about it is it's fully vector.
Oh, like
What I
Adobe
want to do
Illustrator.
is just smoothen up where the
Are you sure it's not Adobe Draw?
No, this is new. It is new, mate.
Pretty sure that's Adobe Draw. Wait,
It's not.
Nah.
Draw's different.
you sure? Adobe Draw. It has the Illustrator icon on it.
Yep, but this is new.
What? So many bloody drawing tools. By the way, I only use Adobe Procreate to do like
Procreate.
graffiti and hand lettering stuff. I don't even draw stuff for work on it.
But I found this really good. Like they've really yeah, so
Oh, you're right. It's a new app. I take it back. Apologies.
Fresco's good as well. So they've all got a different place.
So many tools.
Fresco's like this is pure vector, and I think you'll really dig it. Fresco's good as well, but you can do a lot more watercolors and things with that. We should do a live session doing some drawing and
draw some
editing
and some
stuff.
sloths. Yeah. Oh, I mean, work purposes. Okay, I'll do some nice interfaces and whatnot. And I'll draw sloths in between.
We can just do our own thing.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Right. I will let you guys go. For those of you who are in the States, you have got another day ahead of you. We are on Friday, so we are nearly at weekend. Amanda is starting her weekend in about an hour and 2 minutes.
Yep,
so
an hour and 2 minutes. I'm squeezing some work in an hour and 2 minutes, but I don't think I am.
and I'm going to be feeding the dogs, and we're in the process of moving, so I'm going to be packing some boxes and just trying to not. I've got a bit of an injury. I've got a heat back here. I've got my hot water bottle. So
health as well.
I'm very, very sore right now. But guys, Rodrigo, make sure you join Circle. For those of you who like the videos, give us the thumbs up, subscribe. thelearningpro.community is where you can sign up to join Circle. It is absolutely free. Let me just show it to you very quickly. So what you'll do is you'll go to thelearningpro.community. Okay, and from here you'll just click on this. You'll go through a type form and it will give you a login in the end, and you can just come into the community, put your profile together, and we've got some really nice things here, so you can ask for feedback on things. I put in a advice space last night that I need to set up. So we've got show your stuff, gigs and collaboration, general discussion. I'm listing when I'm doing any live events. So get involved, guys. Jump on.
It's free.
And that's the magic word, really, isn't it? The last thing we want is spending more money in these day and age. With crazy COVID. So have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you, Amanda, once again. You are just an absolute superstar. And I'll talk to you guys soon.
See you, everyone.
Bye.